So, good morning. Good morning. Good afternoon. I'm not hearing anybody there, out there. So, respected Mohi Saab and respected Rajesh ji, it's really a privilege and honor to be in front of you to present this. See, any presentation, if it becomes unilateral, it becomes monotonous. You know, the user participation is not there, that doesn't become fruitful. So what I had to be standing out here because, you know, it's very difficult for me to, you know, bound to some place and then talk to you. So I'm an action and joyful guy, so I wanted to be like that only. So bear with me. When I'm starting from Hyderabad, I thought that it's Mumbai, Bollywood. There would be some, you know, kind of joy would be there, but everybody is sleeping kind of start. So just wake up. So secure e-governance, just to kid you and wake you up is, I just throw you few questions to you, and there could be some gift hamper coming from my office. Can somebody tell me what is the fastest animal on the earth? There is a gift for this. Wake up. As many people say, there would be a gift hamper for all of them. Leopard. What else? What else? Okay, next I am going. It's cheetah. The next one. Who is the fastest man in the world? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's Jamaican Bolt. Which is the fastest firewall on the earth?
The one that was made yesterday.
Good. Now, can I have this one instead of this? Okay. What I was trying to tell you is that, anyhow, whoever has answered that questions, you know, probably the gift hamper is going to come in. So what is, you know, agenda is going to be very quick. I'm not going to stand. One more story was there, you know, I just wanted to share that with you. Last time when I was attending this kind of conference, what has happened is, one of the gentleman director was about to give a good order. So the next day, the presenter like me has taken a time so much that he could miss his lunch. So he punished him with no order. So we always try to be as precise as possible. So e-governance security, traditional security approaches in e-governance, attack hype versus reality. We are very much, you know, vendors and everybody keeps telling you that, you know, attack. Is it a hype or a reality? SDC security framework, about global level and end user department level. I have come across a lot of things, you know, saying, you know, user departments are very scary of going to SDC, and, you know, why is it? How Fortinet solutions better e-governance security. That's the, you know, very simple agenda. If you look at it today, e-governance is being defined as it can be civil and political conduct of government, including service provision and using information communication technologies, ensuring, please understand these words, confidentiality, integrity, availability, non-repudiation aspects of the data. This is most important. Security guys will always come in the last stage of this IT infrastructure part, but they play a very important role. Am I right? Nobody likes the security guy to be there. But that's how, it's a lot of privacy and citizen privacy information is getting onto these things. If you look at the current state of e-governance in India, so the P says to you is that, you know, I picked up a slide from 2009. It says that, you know, the major where you are getting hit majorly in government. Look at it, you know, anonymous is the group. The day one judgment comes, Supreme Court, you know, web server is going to get hacked. The second thing, something happens and, you know, the web server gets defaced. So majority of the government websites, if you look at it in the last 20 years, I have been saying it, that, you know, the vulnerable is the, you know, web servers. So obviously, you know, that is a concern area that I believe policymakers will have to get into it. Traditional security approaches, I was talking about, you know, attack hype versus reality. If you go and talk, see anywhere, any of the, you know, the consultants and any of the people who are out there, they talk about, you know, SDCs or any e-governance product should have an IPS, firewall, attacks are coming in. What about other malware? From where the attacks are coming in? When email comes, one URL is there, that URL takes you to an attack server, and then attacker will attack you. Am I right? What is the genesis of an attack? Second attack, if I need to tell you, is that you wanted to go to ICICI Bank site, then what happens is, your DNS server is being hijacked, you are being supplied by an IP address which is an African hacker. Am I right? Where is the root problem? The root problem is at the DNS server. Am I right? So instead of actually addressing these kind of root problems, most of the vendors and, you know, consultants today in the e-governance architecture is making a lot of hype just to, you know, make some more, you know, solutions sell out there. So I would, really request you people, so how this actually works. In my opinion, most blended attacks are the most dangerous attacks rather than the IPS attacks. Any firewall, if you simply look at it, normal guy can fool it off. For example, I'll take a simple, joke kind of thing. Mr. Firewall, sir, I'm just carrying a photo. It is not an hardened material. Oh, well, I scanned, you are right, you can come in. That's how it looks at it. See, another guy who cut the another piece of it, hi, firewall, sir, I'm just carrying a photo. It's not an hardened material. Well, I scanned, you are great, come in. Then at the end, if you look at it, this is what has happened. And still, he says, hey, I am the best of the breed security product. So, what I'm trying to tell you is that, probably, today, if you have come to this Taj Hotel earlier, 5 years back, you would not have seen the kind of security today you are seeing it. Your bag is being checked, your every part, almost your car, engine, bonnet, and everything is being completely checked. So, today's e-governance, if you are looking at it, is predominantly, influenced by this attack hype, whatever is there written down, and which is only looking at only 3 layers of the part. And that can be easily fooled by any of the, pockets. If you saw that, I have shown you in that, a pocket can be broken, a material, a content can be broken in a number of pieces. All these firewall IPS devices will not be able to find it out. If you look at it from the consultant's approach to the STG security, I am a top class consultant, I can only look at it the best of the breed security product for SDC e-governance security. And they are mostly, why I have taken this pitch is, they are mostly influenced by these brands and the way they are proposing the, the architecture that has to be there. We should get out of this, is what, my humble this thing. So that was the framework what I have spoken to you. Now, if I go to the ground reality of SDC's security framework, why you must be seeing that, why I have taken a flat kind of an example out there, and what is this to do with the SDC? See, if I go back and tell you, SDC is nothing but a multi-tenant environment, am I right? You have a flat system in the Bollywood, here in the Mumbai, where you can go, everybody has a flat and everything, and then there would be a common way to go in, am I right? SDC is also think in the similar framework. What is the main concern out here is actually, if you have a global gate, similar to the apartment flat what you have, if that gate is compromised, each one of the flat could be compromised, am I right? That is the biggest fear what you have user departments going to the SDCs. That is the biggest flaw in terms of design that has been done, from my perspective. So when I said global network level security is, the gate at the apartment has to be virtualized in such a way that every user department thinks that my gate is virtual gate and it is mine. So nobody else can fiddle around with it. So when you have that kind of approach at a global level, you have to have a virtual architecture in terms of network security, then the resistance from the user departments will reduce. Then end user department network security level. Okay, what they say is that when I bring in a rack, a server, a secure applications, I need to have full control of what my access to be there, because it's a multi-flat environment, am I right? There are a lot of flats are there. Sorry. Each flat owner wants to have his own key, am I right? Nobody wants to give a key to a global guy, am I right, in your apartment. In the SDCs also similarly, every rack, every end user department who is hosting the kind of applications out there wants to have his own firewall sitting out there. So that's the next level of security framework that you can think of. Hybrid level of security, what I would think of is going to be like, you can have something like a virtual one at the gateway for each of the end user department and a physical one at the rack level, so that you can have the full control what you can do it, so that anybody who meddle around at the global level will not affect each of the end user department which is there. This is my thoughts actually, am I right? SDC e-governance app security. I just wanted to speak about this actually. I have seen that pretty recently, lot of I said most of these consultants, what they have done is that, we driven by the attack hype, what I have spoken to you, what they did is that they gave you the firewall and IPS. Am I right? Most of the last 4 or 5 SDCs I have seen, most of them web servers have been hacked. Now most of these SDCs and the in-charges, they have been talking about having a web application firewall. Now a lot of people in the government department ask me, what is web application firewall? So you simply think in that fashion that you go to a general physician, if you have a problem, he will look at all your aspects, am I right? He will say that you have a headache, what to do, what not to do. And something very, very serious happens to you, he cannot diagnose. He can send it to somebody specialist, am I right? Whereas web application firewalls, in the e-governance architecture, if you look at it, it's very, very key. Every application which is citizen-oriented application is a prime target of DDoS attacks, or cross-shifting attacks, SQL attacks, privacy information stealing attacks, or state-sponsored targeted malware attacks. I'll talk about what is state-sponsored targeted malware. Then again, I'll give you one more story of DB security. The second concern part is, so that's the reason I'm saying, if anything is going in SDCs, please ensure, Moisab, that a web application firewall is put in place so that a brand image of government, India as a country doesn't go down. The second aspect is that, as per IT Act 2000 also, if you look at it, every 6 months, it is the responsibility of the data collector to ensure that the data that is being collected is kept very securely, not lost. And you are responsible for the defamation if the owner of the data sues you in the end user departments. For example, you collected some information from municipal records, you lost it to some hacker. As a citizen, that is I am the owner of my date of birth and everything, that information. You as a municipal commissioner, only the custodian of the data. If you lose that data, I can go and sue in Supreme Court and get the damages that done. So it's very, very, the problematic for you if you don't, wake up and look into it. Why I say DB security is, I'll give you a simple example. One of the bank is actually, one of the company has gone to the bank and said that, these are the people, the money has to go to them in an Excel sheet. Then immediately, that bank has uploaded that Excel sheet into the central bank CBS application. So any person who has to get, I don't know what has happened there in the application translation of this Excel sheet into the application, every beneficiary got added by double zeros. Thank God I was not one of the beneficiary. If I was 1 lakh guy, I became, say 10,000 guy, I became 1 lakh guy. Am I right? Or 1 lakh guy, 1 crore guy. And it was not detected actually. And one of the remote branch guy has found that this is an electrician guy, Bagar. He never saw a money of 50,000. How can he get a 10 crores in his account? So if you would have a DB security, database security, what used to happen is that it would have alerted you, there is a field which never has more than 5,000 rupees, today it is having something else. So that proactively gives you a chance. See, in the database security, what is important is that you are a director, there is a deputy director who doesn't need to see what is director's salary. That is a confidentiality, am I right? You have to ensure that that mechanism in place. I'm sorry to say, most of the e-governance projects lacks this security aspect. Data at rest security. Where are you storing? I went to one of the government department, I asked him, where is your data backup? He has given me the address. Borivali, so and so place. Can you imagine this? I am an outsider, stranger. If you give me this, what will happen? So something like, social awareness you need to bring into the picture. And I'll throw you one more example. It will be a very funny example. There's a doctor in Hyderabad. Both of them are, wife and husband is a doctor. Okay? Usually, that relationship will always have some kind of problem, am I right? So, what happened is that doctor's Gmail account actually, she wanted to access. She cut hold of his phone and he was sleeping. She went onto the internet, got the phone, got the passcode, got it, set it up. Then she has out there the whole information in front of her. So what happened is a different story out there. I'll tell you in one-on-one. I spoke about world's fastest firewall. Let me tell you how I am going to help you. See, I am not here to sell anything about Fortinet. I just gave you a perspective on security. I have so much to speak on security. I have 20 years of experience, so many things I have handled it. And most of the times, I saw one of the, end user department. I am ready to put, let's suppose, say 10 crores on SAP. I say, sir, what about security? Let me think of. So when everything goes down, then he says that, "Arey Shaik, come on." So let's have an approach. The approach has to be right in the design stage. When you are involving, infrastructure, servers and everything, at the design itself, if you can involve a blended, content-based attack devices, security devices, leaving alone this attack and attack, concentrate on antivirus, concentrate on your DNS, concentrate on your other web content filtering. These are the places from where the threat actually comes in before the attack happens. So Fortinet has been in the forefront for these all blended attack, security scanning mechanisms with purpose-built appliances. And that's why I said there is a price for the guessing. This is the world's fastest firewall. And I have hidden the competitor information out there, so it doesn't look nice, but one-to-one I can share you. We are scaling out there. And what you are seeing is that typically in SDC kind of environment, this physical box can be cut into some 5,000 pieces. Am I right? Each of that piece can be given to one treasury department, one labor department, and those people can directly manage those firewalls and rules and can directly go to their rack and do what they want to do. When you are doing something on your virtual firewall, labor department guys mess around anything, it doesn't affect the treasury department. This is the assurance that needs to be given to the end user departments in SDCs. Then you get some kind of acceptance levels. I see a lot of capacity got built up. The convincing part on the people of the SDCs is little less. So that is where we need to change. So how it happens is in the FortiGate environment is going to be we call as a virtual firewall, and you will have a separate table scanning IPS and everything into each of those firewalls that you can do. So my last slide on Fortinet products, we have I'm sorry, I was not keeping well. Still I have to come for this presentation. We have products like Forti DDoS, that is distributed denial of services, which can be very useful. And then you have FortiDB, that is the database security. Then we have FortiAnalyzer, it's a forensic appliance, wherein whatever data which is going in, coming in out of your firewalls can be seen. The emails, the web pages that you visit, all that stuff will be there. Then you have web security also out there, and then authentication mechanisms. I can take one-to-one on these product lines if you want to see. Some of the big names, if you look at it, what we are already working is, these are the big names. And we have our products and solutions rate contracted with NIC. If anybody is interested on those solutions, they can get in touch with the NICSI for this.